Good afternoon. Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 24th of October. Now if you are new, please subscribe. I am here with my doggos. I've got Sprocket over here and Sophie's over here buried in the pillows there. They're highly active animals, as you can see. They're both rescue dogs and they are brother and sister. It's actually raining outside today, hence we're making the video inside. Dogs are a bit like us, aren't they? They love vegging out on a rainy day. So yes, more rain down here in Australia for me anyway, at the Snowy Mountains. There's a lot of rain across New South Wales, which is the state that I live in. More flooding. I think Victoria's still flooding down there as well. So endless amount of water. So please subscribe, like I said, hit the like buttons, guys, and please comment down below. This week we're having a little sort of vote on. We're coming up with some new words for conspiracy theorists, a name that we could call ourselves instead of conspiracy theorists. So I think someone come up with, we have a bullshit radar and a few things like this. We've got a few other ones, truth tellers, we've got quite a few names. I'm going to go through them in the next couple of days and let you guys know a few of the names so we can start using this name moving forward. And also I talked in this morning's video about the COVID agenda story, but we're writing this new book. In my readings I got this new book, which is probably about the Great Awakening, and we need a title for that book as well. So if you come up with any great ideas for that, that would be great. Please share them down below. And I will talk to you guys sort of come Friday. We'll do the big final announcement of what we're going to be using. Just makes my life easier. And then I don't have to be using the words conspiracy theorist, because as we all know here on my channel, everything's coming to fruition and everything's coming true. So the Great Reset is real and it is rolling out. So it's funny how, what's that joke everybody says, what's the difference between conspiracy theories and the truth? And everyone goes like, what, 6 months? That's about all it takes. It's probably less than that now. Anyway, all right, enough of that rambling. Let's get started and see what comes up. Ooh, I'm getting this visual and I'm getting the Braveheart Mel Gibson on his horse with his sword. And we often talk here on this channel about the Braveheart bikers and Mel Gibson in the movie Braveheart, and that kind of music and that image of him out the front saying they can take our lives but they can't take our freedom. It's a very strong visual that we use a lot on my channel, but I'm getting him yelling out victory, victory. Oh, wouldn't that be incredible? Just to have any victory. We don't even care if it's a small victory. We're happy with any victory on this channel. So I am getting that visual of him saying victory. Oh, God. Well, I'm not seeing these government elites giving it up that easily, though, are you? Just leave this with me for a sec. Hang on. When I think of victory, I think of like winning the battle, which is kind of interesting. But what I'm thinking is, this is our battle. We're winning our battle. This is a different and separate battle for the people waking up. Our battle is to have found our freedom, to understand that when we move away from the narrative and the garbage, it allows us to be free and it takes us to a different vibration. I often talk about that like 3D into the 5th dimension, which is like being on that mountaintop, which we talk about a lot. The pyramid, the mountain, having that 360-degree view, because we're in tune with our senses. We pick things up. We're very intuitive. If you're watching my channel, you're very intuitive. So that's what I'm getting. That's the victory. We're winning our victory, which is meaning we're getting our lives back. And that's the image I'm getting today for us. We're having victories. They might be small. Look, they might be small victories, but they're still victories because they're allowing us to have our lives and move our lives forward and make our own choices and decisions. I'm definitely getting that feeling of victory. And it might be in small ways, but to us, any small victory is huge. It is. Any small victory for us is huge. When it could even be that something becomes real truth and it gets locked in, and that gives us a victory. So that's what I'm getting. There might be small victories along the way, but you got to remember all these little victories lead to the awakening of people. So I'm getting that victory, image of victory. Oh, and actually that reminds me of that Statue of Liberty again too, doesn't it? It's a very similar image where the fire's lit in the Statue of Liberty. And the Statue of Liberty represents the freedom of people. That's what it represents. Liberty, having your liberty. Statue of Liberty, freedom, same thing. So I'm getting that really strong. There's victories that we're starting to have now. Let's see where else we go. Oh, they're saying like the unspoken is coming into fruition. So it's like the unspoken, which was once underlying, is now becoming real. It's becoming spoken. So it feels like things are becoming, are coming out. It's like the spoken word. See, people can't be silenced anymore. That's what's happening. Doctors, people who were injured. I talk about these truth movements all the time. They can't be silenced anymore. They've got the scissors and they've cut off. I talk often about people having their mouths sewn up by government. Well, these people have like cut the string now and they're able to move their mouths and tell their truth and finally speak their truth. Not us. This is the people waking up who might have been vaccine injured, who have been silenced by, as we know, all these big, you know, APRA and all the medical fraternities and whoever they are. So people are starting to come out. Whistleblowers, nurses, lots of people. Probably police, I would say too, especially here in Melbourne. A lot of people are coming out now. They're starting to have their say because they've cut the threads that are sewing their mouth together by government. That's showing them cutting it and finding their inner strength. I'm definitely getting that today. And see where else we go. God, for some reason I'm getting Japan. This is an interesting one. I don't get Japan very often. Let's see what Japan's saying. God, they're showing me Japan and they're showing me a wave, like I'm thinking of this oriental picture. If you can imagine this picture, and it's a little Japanese building, like a Japanese tea house, and it's got this big wave coming back over on it. But it's showing me that the people are stopping the wave from hitting the building. This is in Japan. They're stopping their livelihoods from being damaged. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but I am getting this visual of the Japanese tea house and this huge wave coming over. It's like a picture of like the ocean coming back on to the people, but it's showing me that the Japanese people are pushing. So it's kind of like, I'm just going to show you. It's like the tea house is here and the wave's about to come over the tea house. This is just a visual, but the people are holding the wave back. They're pushing back. I'm guessing this is pushing back against government. And they're really holding that wave off because they're wanting to push the wave back to the government. Getting that for Japan. Oh, konnichiwa. Anyone from Japan that's watching out there, isn't that hello? I think it is. My daughter loved Japanese. She learned a lot of Japanese. When we did karate, she learned a lot of Japanese because we used to count in Japanese. Ich, ni, san, chi. I used to know it too. I'm not so great now. Oh, and I have worn my karate top for a while. I know some of you out there love my karate jacket. So I'm getting that for Japan. I'm just getting that visual of the wave. See, the leaders are obviously trying to hit them with the wave of everything, but the people are pushing the wave back. That's a great visual, isn't it? So I'm getting that for Japan. Let's see where else we go. So the people are putting up a fight now. They're pretty strong over there. People in Japan have quite a grounded energy. They really protect their culture. Yeah, they're very protective of their culture and they don't want it like invaded and ruined. That's what I'm getting for these people in Japan. They love their culture. The culture runs very deep in Japan and people don't want that ruined. That's what I'm getting for Japan. Let's see where else we go. Oh, they're talking about us now, us Braveheart, rebel, maverick bikers. They're just saying we're just still a too hard basket. That all these government leaders and these global elites and that have still, they're showing me their desks and they've got all their filing systems. You know how you have your paperwork, you have your in tray, you have your out tray. Well, we're getting put still in the too hard basket. We're too hard to deal with. They don't know what to do with us. They can't address us. They can't get to us, and they're frustrated by us. So they've just shoved us at the moment into the too hard basket because they don't know what to do with us. That's what happens. You put things into the too hard basket when you can't deal with them because you hope, you know, maybe you'll come up with a plan and come back to it later. But at the moment, it's good. We're in the too hard basket, meaning they don't want to have to deal with us at the moment. They've got enough things to deal with, and that's a good thing because that means we're out of their vision. We're not in their plans at the moment. Let me see what else we get. The guides are saying the too hard basket is piling up now. They're showing me that they've got the in trays. Anyone that does office work, I know you understand this, but the too hard basket is like piling up now with like people. It's like each of us has our own file, and the files are getting thicker and thicker and thicker. Like, for example, oh, Chrissy, she's just a terrible rebel and she went to that Freedom March and all that. So they've got like these files on us, which we know they would have. They track and trace and do everything. Oh, and she's not jabbed as well. So they're showing me all the files of all of us guys. And all the naughty rebel things we've done, like really terrible, 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 naughty children that we are. And it's showing like all these really fat files, but they're piling up because there's becoming more and more of us. And we've all gone into the too hard basket because it's like they've opened the file and then they've just gone, ugh, and they've just shoved it into the too hard basket, too hard to deal with. So let's go and work on the people we can deal with, which is the people who are in the mass psychosis still, and the ones waking up. That's their target groups. Not us. I keep saying that. We're useless to government, as we had on the patch of our Braveheart biker jacket. What an honour that was to be useless to government. And now we're still in the too hard basket because they just don't know how to deal with us. They can't hypnotise us. They can't get us to conform. We're not complying. We're really not doing anything that they can sort of gain anything from. So we're of no sort of service to them. Oh, isn't it? It's kind of nice, isn't it? We're kind of happy about that. All right, let's see what else we get. So we're in the too hard basket at the moment, which is good. That means we're out of sight and they just can't be bothered dealing with us. At least they leave us alone then, don't they? We're not getting ostracised and vilified. They're just like leaving us to it. So if you've created a file, which most of you guys watching my channel here have, we're over here in the too hard basket. And our files are like pretty fat. Oh, funny as. All right, let's see what else we get. God, they're talking about grocery shopping. Hang on a sec. We all know the cost of living and the cost of food and everything is going up. But they're kind of saying to me like, they're trying to make grocery shopping like a thing of the past. They're actually, and this could be a fair way into the future. I'm not saying this is going to be tomorrow. They're actually going to start making, oh my God, this sounds so weird. I know. It's probably already happening in America or somewhere. I don't even doubt it. They're making these drive-through shopping centers. So you can just order everything online. Well, we know it's a little bit like the click and collect, I suppose. But it's saying they're going to be specific drive-through shopping centers. Like, you know, how you drive through McDonald's and this kind of thing. It's like that. You do your order, you drive through, they pass you the paper bags with all the groceries in it or whatever, or you open your boot or whatever, and off you go, and that's it. So it's like you're doing the shopping, you're doing the click and collect, but you're not wandering around near people. See, that we know they're trying to separate everybody. So I am getting this kind of shopping experience. This is long term. This is probably in the next 5 years is going to start to change. Oh, we know they're trying to change everything. It's so bloody tiring, all these things that they're trying to bring out, isn't it? It's like too much stuff. So I'm getting there, like, well, we know they're trying to turn us all into vegans and all this kind of stuff. So what they're kind of saying, the guides, is it's going to be less of that fresh produce. It's going to be more frozen, more canned. Everything's going to be like production line. If you think about it, it's more of that robot kind of energy where they're packing and putting lids on and putting things into boxes, and they're showing me these robot arms. that's what I'm kind of getting for the next 5 years. There's going to be this transition into the Speedy Gonzales shopping world. I guess we've kind of got the self-serves and all that going on at the moment, but yeah, things are going to really change in that next 5 years. I really feel, God, this could be even part of their reset plan. This could be one of those new things that we weren't aware of too. They've got these grocery shopping plans of how they're going to control what people are buying. See, that's what we've got to remember too. They want to control, as we know with the credit scoring and everything, they've got to figure out ways that they can control what we're buying and purchasing. So this is the perfect way to do it, because you have to then do everything, as we know. This would make sense through the apps on your phone. It's not like you can walk into the shop and pick things off the shelf yourself. So this is the kind, doesn't mean this is going to happen. This is just part of their reset agenda and their plans moving forward. How are we going to control what people are earning and their credit scores? And as we know, this is what they're wanting. They're tracking and tracing, and oh my God, their credit scoring system. So I do feel like that's part of the maybe this second reset agenda book, but that's what I'm getting. There's big changes in the grocery industries moving forward. And mind you, like I always say to you, they're only trial things. It doesn't mean it's going to work just because they've got that written in a book. You know, they do their little trials. So if any of you are finding these things popping up anywhere, let us all know, because we're curious. Actually, I did go to a shopping centre the other week in Canberra here, which is an hour, and it's a city. It's actually Australia's capital city. And it was in, I think it was Big W or Kmart or somewhere. And there was not one person on any checkouts. You had to do self-serve. I think I told you, and the bag thing kept going, take the bag off, take the bag off. It drove me crazy, and I couldn't stand it. And imagine the amount of job losses as well, like with all this. Like, see, everybody's starting to lose jobs. Like, where's everybody going to be working in the future? These are things, you know, all the banks closing down here. Where are all those people going to be working? Oh, that's the other thing I meant to tell you guys as well, is that on Reignite Democracy Australia, that Monica that's been doing the global walkout every week, and I will get on and tell you about the global walkout tomorrow as well, what number 8 is. I just can't think of it offhand. She was saying how the Commonwealth Bank is going to be the one involved with pretty much with the centralised the One World Bank, and they've already got the credit scoring stuff already written on there about the carbon emissions and a few things like that. So if you go check out her channel, Reignite Democracy Australia, I'll try and share it to my Facebook page, Chrissy Fitzgerald Psychic Life Coach. You can go and check out that video about the Commonwealth Bank. We've got one Commonwealth Bank left in my town, and I kept thinking, how come they haven't shut down? Because 3 other banks have shut down, and I think there's another one going, and it's going to only leave the Commonwealth Bank in my town, and I've got probably about 10,000 people living here. So we do have to question these things, but they're already starting to put down their little things. So once everything's digitally online, they're going to know what fuel you're buying, how much you're spending, what you're buying. It's going to be so easy. We know it is. So the Commonwealth Bank apparently is somehow involved with that, and they're already starting to put those little things out about the carbon emissions and all this kind of stuff. It's just nuts. This is such a complicated thing. You can't believe they're even like rolling it out and people still aren't like awake up to it. God, like I said, all the banks closing here. I know some of you guys have commented on that as well. How are people not thinking, oh, that's really weird, isn't it, that there's only going to be like one bank in town? Oh my God. Anyway, let's see where else we go. God, it's showing me people are fumbling and stumbling and mixing their words and getting all muddled up. People are becoming overwhelmed. That's what the guides are saying to me. And they're saying it's not just Biden that's overwhelmed, because we know he's fumbling and stumbling and mumbling with his words. People are getting really muddled up now. They're getting overwhelmed, and it's really starting to show in people now. What they're saying is people aren't having like normal conversations. People are having financial conversations. They're talking about the economy. They're talking about how things are all collapsing. Like, what's happening with the housing market? Blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, that's going down by 20% apparently in our new budget or something here in Australia. So we know there's all this stuff. So people are starting to talk about it now, which is a good thing. I guess that's what the guides are saying to us. We have to look at that as a good thing and a positive thing, because it means that people are starting to discover the truths. Oh, they need to. It's nearly getting too late, isn't it? Gosh, this is all rolling out full steam ahead, and they're still standing there asleep. God, wake up! Hence we got that song, what was it, this morning by George Michael, that wake me up before you go. What a great song. Oh, that's what we need to blare in these people's ears. Wake up before we go. Oh, wake up before the reset rolls out. That's what we want to tell them. Let me see if there's something else to close with today. God, I'm getting Europe, London, Belgium, France. They're really being herded now. You're getting really, really herded up. They're trying so hard to herd these cattle now and contain everybody. You're getting hit with messages. We've been talking here about the big billboards. I talked about that months ago, about these big billboards that were going to have messages about you. Are you making a difference? And all these subliminal messages. Someone was telling me about that. It is happening. We've seen it on Carl Vernon show, the big billboards. We know they're really pushing hard in these regions, so I'm definitely getting at they're really putting the squeeze on now. They're squeezing all the cattle back into the cattle yard, or they're trying to. Not going so well though. Not going so well. It's almost it's not going so well. They need to reduce the cattle yard size because a lot of the cattle escaped, and these are the ones waking up. Let me see if there's something else to close. Hang on a tick. Oh, they're giving me something. Hang on a minute, I'm just trying to get to it. Oh, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. Hang on. God, I'm getting something about rise up. Rise up. Hang on. God, I can't get it. They're talking about rising up, meaning the people rising up. Hang on. Well, we know the cost of living's rising up, isn't it? But they're trying to get the people to rise up. Rise up. Hang on. I wonder if that's like a country and western song, Rise Up. Rise up. I can hear it. I just can't get it. I don't really listen to country music. I know I live in the country. Is anyone know out there of a song called Rise Up? It's like a song, Rise Up. I don't know, guys. Sorry, sometimes they give me the tune and I just can't get to the actual song. There is a song called Rise Up. A lot of you have been actually mentioning a lot of music on here that you guys listen to as well. It's really great when you get inspired by music, isn't it? It's the best feeling. There's a song actually on Battleground Melbourne. I've told you guys about that documentary here before. Really worth a look at. You can look at it on YouTube, Battleground Melbourne, about all the massive protests that went on here in Melbourne. It's just a short little documentary. It's absolutely brilliant, interviewing a lot of the people involved in that and what the police did and how bad it was and how Daniel Andrews managed, yes, the longest lockdowns in the world. That's what the documentary is about. And there's a song at the end of that, and it's absolutely brilliant. I think you should go and just even check out the song right at the end of the video, Battleground Melbourne. Make sure you get on the right one. It's by Topher Fields. It starts with the interviews. I think the picture of it on YouTube is someone sitting in a chair like a shadow. Make sure you watch the actual documentary because there are some shorter ones as well. And there's this brilliant song and it says, we found like kind, like we found our tribe or something. We found like kind, and I think go and check it out. I really want you to go and check that out today and watch the video as well if you can. But that song just makes you feel so connected to like kind and to people, and just in those protests you know that you're not alone, and it is that rise up energy. you know, people were having fun. They even had in the video as well, they had the Australia, a few war veterans and that, because Dan Andrews actually blocked off the war memorial, and they didn't have an Anzac Day, but then he allowed them to have a great big AFL footy day with thousands and thousands of people in the stands. So it was such a joke what went on down there. So I don't know what the song's called. I'll try and figure it out. If I can share it to my YouTube page and I find it, not my YouTube page, my Facebook page, Chrissy Fitzgerald, Psychic Life Coach, I will share it to that, because I think it's such a great song and it's a great little film clip. So look, I'm going to leave you with that today. I will say goodbye from Australia. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful afternoon. I'm going to leave my doggos here and go and do some jobs. They're very active. I always tell you how active they are. Look at them. There's Sophie. All right, take care, everybody, and go and check out Battleground Melbourne and listen to that song. And it's just so inspiring. And don't forget to write down your words about conspiracy theorists and our new book about the Great Awakening. Okay, I'll be in touch very soon. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Bye from Australia. Bye.